The subject of today's video is the Epistle to the Hebrews chapter 7 verse 2, the King of Peace. Specifically, the title Melchizedek has as the King of Salem. And what does it mean? Here's what Hebrews 7:2 says. According to the New American Bible, his name first means King of Righteousness, as he was also King of Salem, and he was also King of Salem, that is, King of Peace. It's explaining the name King of Salem, and the Greek here says βασιλεὺς, Shalem, ἐστιν, βασιλειος ἐρήνης. Eidnis being the word for peace or serenity, and Saleem is for Salem. Of course, the original would be Shalem or Shalem, but Greek doesn't really have that sound. And okay, I know it right here. The Shalem, it sounds just like the Arabic word or the name. In modern Greek, that's how it's pronounced, and the Septuagint has the same spelling for Saleem. But anyway, let's go to what Genesis 14 verse 8 has, which is where Melchizedek is mentioned as being the king of Salem. It says, "And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was a priest of God Most High." And here's the Hebrew text where it speaks of Melchizedek, Melech, Shalem. Shalem here referring to the city, Shalem. So anyway, Shalem, or that could also be pronounced Shalem, depending on different dialects of Hebrew. In Jerusalem would it be pronounced Shalem, but elsewhere, in most of the dialects, would it be pronounced Shalem. And here's the Septuagint, where it's called Basilios Shalem, which I mentioned before. Anyway, the reading King of Peace in Hebrews probably alludes to the fact that the Hebrew text in Genesis 14, that is, reads Shalem. However, the original text would not have these little dots right here that you see at the bottom of, like, bottom here, and this line and this dot you'd see here, the patach, the tsere, or the dot for the sheen. Like those marks would not be present. You would just see these letters here, but even then you wouldn't see these letters because the ancient Hebrew script looked different. However, let's go on. So they lack those diacritics and would be seen just like this, which looks identical to the word peace in one of its spellings in the Hebrew Bible, which is one way spelled as Shalom. So it's the same. All it has different. The only difference is the lamed, as you can see here. The lamed here has this little dot at the top. It's called holam, and here it has a tsere. So for the word Shalem or Shalem, it has the tsere under the lamed, and under here for Shalom, it has the holam. The holam is the O sound, and the tsere is the E or A sound. Again, depending on it. It's short E as in bet, or E as in they, or play, or day, whatever you want to say. So St. Paul, who is obviously, what I'm saying is likely the writer of the epistles to the Hebrews for various reasons, was alluding to this. Perhaps he was alluding to the likelihood that the name Shalem is derived from the word Shalom, which a number of words in the Hebrew Bible, a number of names I should say, are derived from words. Like the word King Shlomo, King Solomon. His name roughly means or resembles the word peace, but it was changed for being a name. Though this spelling of Shalom is uncommon in the Hebrew text, where most of the time is spelled like this: the sheen, the lamed, and then the holam, the vav with the holam, and the mem. So the only difference is the vav right here. The vav has the little dot over it instead of being over the lamed, the holam, I should say. That's the only difference. The mem shofit, which just means the final end. But however, this spelling does exist in parts of the Hebrew Bible. For instance, 1 Samuel 16 verse 4, where it says, where people ask, do you come in peace? The word peace here is spelled without the vav, spelled the exact same way, which they say Shalom borecha. But anyway, so again, the original Hebrew text did not have any of these little vowel pointings here, diacritics, none of these little dots. It would just appear bare and would look identical to the word Salem, but you would know it based on context it was talking about peace, Shalom. Anyway, this is perhaps a defective spelling, which just means it's like a variant spelling. That's the more uncommon one. Sometimes it's spelled different just so you know what the word is. It's not like a error or anything like that. Defective spellings are frequent throughout the Hebrew Bible, even within the same sentence. And the example here I show is with the word shemot, which just means names. And the example specifically is found in Genesis 26 verse 18, where the word names, or shemot, is spelled with and without a vav, as we see here, where it says vayikra lachein shemot, and you can see here there's a vav. I should have gone before. But anyway, it says asher kara lachein avin, and then it says kash shemot. So you see the word shemot here, names, and you see there's no vav here. You have the mem with the holam, little dots signifying an O sound. So you see these two separate spellings. I should highlight that. But so you see here, there's a vav, and here there's no vav. That's the only difference between the two. And occasionally Jewish rabbis have even exploited the fact that certain spellings are different, or there's a defective spelling, typically for gematria, or which is just the value of words and the letters associated with words and stuff along those lines, or they try to extract some mystical meaning or special significance about the unusual spelling. Jewish writer Rashi does that a lot. Rabbi Shlomo Yitzhak does that a lot, and he's one of the most popular Jewish commentators, like about 800 years ago. But anyway, chances are St. Paul may be doing the same here. It's sort of like a midrashical or sod, or whatever you want to call it. Or perhaps he's simply referring to the etymology of the name Yerushalayim, which according to some sources is just a like amalgamation, not amalgamation, you just like a compound word of Yira and Shalem, which were two different names given for that location. And one of the midrashical explanations is it's just thrown together. Yira was the name Abraham gave it in Genesis 22, I believe. He called it the name of God, and he spelled it with Yira. But anyway, this is Berhain Selassie explaining Hebrews 7:2. Anyway, good night, God bless.